You have 9 tools open right now and still cannot say which creative won. There's a list going around of the tools creative strategists are using in 2026, and it's a genuinely good list. Social listening for trends, mind mapping for concepts, a docs workspace for briefs, a design file, a video editor, a live polling tool for testing hooks. Every one of them does its own job well, but when you stack them together, you get a workflow, and a workflow is not an answer. In the next few minutes, I'll show you the one question that Stack still can't answer and what to put underneath it so it can. The question is, which element inside your ad actually made the money? Not the campaign and not the placement, but whether it was the opening line, the first 3 seconds, the character on screen, the music, or the offer. And to answer that today, you do it by hand. You pull creative reports out of Meta, then TikTok, then Google. You drop them into a sheet, you open each video, you watch it, and you type a tag next to it. Teams that do this properly lose more than 20 hours a week to tagging alone. Most teams skip it entirely, and honestly, I understand why. Which means your creative decisions end up getting made on memory. You remember the ad that felt like it worked, so you brief 3 more that look like it. And sometimes you're right. The rest of the time, you're paying to relearn something your own account already proved. Creative fatigue makes this worse because it arrives gradually as a slow slide in ROAS and spend share over a couple of weeks. By the time it's obvious enough to notice in a dashboard, the budget is already spent. There's a better order to do all of this in, and it starts before you open a single design file. Start by making every creative readable as data. Each ad gets broken into its parts: the hook line, the on-screen text, the voiceover style, the emotion, the character, the call to action, and each of those parts gets connected to spend, installs, and ROAS. Once that mapping exists, your next brief writes itself because you already know which angle earned the result and which one just felt good. And the tool list I mentioned earlier covers research, planning, making, and testing. The layer nobody on that list actually builds is this one, sitting underneath all 4. That's exactly why we build Segwise. You connect your ad networks and your MMP, which takes a few minutes with no engineering, and our multimodal AI tags every creative for you across video, audio, image, and text, including playable ads, which no other platform can tag. Because every tag is mapped to a metric, you can ask questions in plain language, like which hook style drove the most installs last month, or what's different about your top 5 creatives versus your bottom 5. It watches for fatigue in the background and warns you before performance drops. Then, it generates new creatives built on the patterns that are already winning. Teams running it this way get back up to 20 hours a week per brand and have seen ROAS improve by 50% because they stop tagging and start deciding. And the rest of your stack gets sharper once this layer exists. Your listening tool tells you what the market is talking about. Your design file helps you build faster. Your polling tool tells you what a room prefers. None of them can tell you what your own spend already proved. Try Segwise for free, the link is in the description, and you're set up in a few minutes with no engineering.